We're all going to die, all of us. What a circus. That alone should make us love each other, but it doesn't. We are terrorized and flattened by trivialities. We are eaten up by nothing. From our earliest years, we are taught that we can achieve anything through sheer effort and determination. But what if that's not entirely true? Bukowski believed that true passion is not something we choose, but something that chooses us. His philosophy challenges the idea that success only comes through relentless struggle and hardship. Hard work doesn't always pay off in the end. This guy was a raw, unfiltered voice of truth in a world that craved authenticity. Born in Germany in 1920, Bukowski's journey to America at a young age was marked by hardship and isolation. Tormented by a brutal father, bullied for his foreign roots, and plagued by severe acne, Bukowski learned the art of pain at a young age. But it was from this crucible of suffering that Bukowski emerged as a fearless writer, unafraid to speak his mind and confront the darkest corners of human existence. In his own words, his father's abuse was a twisted gift, a literary education in pain that fueled his relentless pursuit of truth and honesty in his writing. My father was a great literary teacher. He taught me the meaning of pain, pain without reason. Despite setbacks and disappointments, Bukowski never gave up on his dream of becoming a writer. Working odd jobs, living hand to mouth, and struggling to find his voice, Bukowski's early years were marked by rejection and failure. But even in the face of adversity, Bukowski refused to be silenced, his passion for writing burning bright even in the darkest of times. In the end, Bukowski's journey was not just a story of success or failure, but a testament to the transformative power of pain and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. After working various blue-collar jobs for several years, Bukowski suffered a near-fatal bleeding ulcer in 1955 at the age of 35, prompting him to return to writing. Despite publishing several pieces in the following years, he struggled to find success and was ultimately forced to go back to his job at the post office. He hated the idea of having a job with passion. How in the hell could a man enjoy being awakened at 8:30 a.m. by an alarm clock, leap out of bed, dress, force feed, shit, piss, brush teeth and hair, and fight traffic to get to a place where essentially you made lots of money for somebody else and were asked to be grateful for the opportunity to do so? He also said that he was horrified by life and everything a man had to do just to eat, sleep and stay clothed. So he often decided to stay in bed and drink instead. When he drank, the world was still there, but at least it didn't feel like it was choking him. Yes, Charles Bukowski was known for his heavy drinking and alcoholism. He often wrote about his experiences with alcohol in his poems and novels, and his excessive drinking had a significant impact on his health and personal life.
What do you think of the drugs versus the alcohol?
Oh, my favorite subject. I think a man can keep on drinking for centuries. He'll never die. If I hadn't been a drunkard, I probably would have committed suicide long ago. You know, working the factories, the 8-hour job, the slums, the streets. Okay, you work a goddamn lousy job, you know. You come home at night, you're tired. What are you going to do? Go to a movie? Turn on your radio? In a $3 a week room? Or are you going to rest up and wait for the job the next day for $1.75 an hour? Hell no, you're going to get a bottle of whiskey and drink it.
And because fate is always playing tricks on us, his writing didn't seem to gain any traction, so Bukowski continued to write diligently before his shifts at the post office, slowly building a collection of pieces published in underground magazines. For years, he faced rejection and struggled to make a living solely from his writing. It wasn't until his 50s, after many more years of working at the post office, that Bukowski finally achieved the success and recognition he had longed for. Only after securing a deal with a publisher did he begin to earn a living from his writing, solidifying his place as one of the greats in literary history. He channeled his frustrations and musings into his writing, creating a raw and unapologetic body of work. He often wrote under the alter ego of Henry Chernowski, a character who mirrored many aspects of Bukowski's own life. His books, such as Post Office and Ham on Rye, delved into themes of alienation, disillusionment, and the search for authenticity in a world that often values conformity over individuality.
Communication is the greatest destroyer of talent because it makes everybody like everybody else. And the only way a child who you must start as a child to become original is to be shut out from these forces of communication. And the only way you can do that is have cruel parents, to be buried underground for 6 months or something terrible. The brilliant child cannot be brilliant because he's taught to be brilliant. You see, he must be the counterpart of all these forces that are telling him what to do.
Bukowski said that he often used to write 10 to 15 poems simultaneously, and for over 30 years he has written more than 1,000 poems, several short story books, and novels. He died in 1994 at the age of 73, and on his grave we find the inscription, "Don't try." Of course, this may seem dark and contradictory, considering his story of relentless effort and eventual triumph. How could a man who achieved so much through sheer determination leave behind a message that seemingly discourages trying? Arguably, this is perhaps where the most important concept can be found, not only in Bukowski's work but in his life as well. In a letter to his publisher friend William Packard, Bukowski expressed that writing should not be pursued for fame, wealth, or personal gain. True writing is a calling that chooses the writer rather than the other way round. This idea extends beyond aspiring writers and delves into the broader themes of purpose, success, and creative pursuits. Just as we don't choose our favorite colors, but rather they seem to choose us based on how they make us feel, writing and creative endeavors in general are driven by a force beyond conscious decision-making. In a casual scenario, such as choosing our favorite color, it's simple to instinctively pick one without much thought. But determining one's purpose and navigating through life is a much more complex and high-stakes task. It is inherently more challenging, intricate, and difficult, though it may have some similarities to selecting a favorite color at its essence. In the same letter to Packard, Bukowski went on to say, "We work too hard, and we try too hard. Don't try, don't work. It's there, looking right at us, taking the kick out of the closed room. If you have to try to care about something, or have to try to want something, perhaps you don't care about it and perhaps you don't want it. Perhaps it isn't your favorite color." But Bukowski's dedication to staying true to himself and his craft serves as a reminder to all of us that sometimes the most important thing we can do is to simply keep going, keep creating, keep writing even when it's difficult or painful. Bukowski's refusal to bend to outside expectations is a powerful lesson in authenticity. He was unapologetically himself, flaws and all, and that is what made his writing so compelling and timeless. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead.